If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. In one of the most shocking developments in NFL history, Patrick Mahomes, yes, the Patrick Mahomes is officially headed to the Cleveland Browns. It's a move that has left the entire football world in disbelief. Fans are scrambling for answers, analysts are scrambling for theories, and everyone is trying to figure out how this even happened. Mahomes, the face of the Kansas City Chiefs, the two-time Super Bowl MVP, the guy who practically redefined modern quarterback play, is taking his talents to a franchise that has long been the butt of NFL jokes. But this isn't a drill. This isn't a rumor. This is real. And it's a seismic shift that could change the balance of power in the league for years to come. The Browns, who've spent decades trying to find a quarterback worthy of the spotlight, didn't just find one, they signed a generational talent. Let's break down how we even got here. This wasn't something anyone saw coming. There were no leaks, no mysterious sources close to the situation. The NFL media machine had no clue this was even a remote possibility. Mahomes was locked into a massive deal with Kansas City, a $500 million contract that was supposed to make him the face of that franchise for the next decade. But behind the scenes, things were shifting. Rumors of internal friction, philosophical disagreements between Mahomes and the Chiefs front office, and a desire for a fresh start all seem to have played a role. And while the full details haven't been made public yet, the pieces are starting to fall into place. Apparently, Mahomes wasn't just looking for another ring, he was looking for a challenge, and Cleveland, of all places, offered him one he couldn't refuse. Now let's talk about the Browns, because this isn't just about Mahomes leaving Kansas City. This is about a franchise that has been stuck in a cycle of dysfunction, mismanagement, and dashed hopes finally making a power move that says, we're done being a punchline. For years, the Browns have been chasing stability at the quarterback position, going through more starters in 2 decades than most teams go through in half a century. From Johnny Manziel to Baker Mayfield, from Deshaun Kaiser to Deshaun Watson. It's been a carousel of chaos. But with Mahomes, they're not just getting stability. They're getting a leader, a winner, a playmaker who turns broken plays into highlights. This is the kind of move that resets a franchise's identity, and Browns fans who've endured more heartbreak than any fan base should are finally being rewarded for their patience. Let's not sugarcoat this though. This move is going to send shockwaves throughout the AFC. Kansas City has been the top dog in the conference for the better part of the last 5 years, and Mahomes was the main reason why. Without him, that dominance is in jeopardy. The Bills, Bengals, and Ravens just became a whole lot more confident. The Jets, Dolphins, and even the Steelers are seeing a clearer path to the playoffs. And then there's Cleveland, a team that now goes from wild card hopeful to legitimate Super Bowl contender overnight. Mahomes brings with him not just a rocket arm and insane improvisation skills, but a championship mindset that could transform the entire locker room. The Browns' defense is already stacked. Their run game is elite. And now they have the one thing they've always lacked, a superstar under center. And let's talk about Mahomes himself for a second. This isn't just a bold career move. This is legacy defining. He already had the rings, the records, the higher highlight reels. But imagine what it would mean if he went to Cleveland, a team synonymous with failure, and turned them into champions. That's Jordan-level impact. That's Brady in Tampa, but on steroids. It's one thing to win in Kansas City, where you have one of the best offensive minds in Andy Reid and a front office that catered to your strengths. It's another thing entirely to take a franchise like the Browns and lead them to glory. This isn't just about football anymore. This is about immortality. And Mahomes, who's always played like he had something to prove, just found his next mountain to climb. From a football standpoint, the fit is fascinating. Head coach Kevin Stefanski is going to have to adapt his playbook in a big way. His offense has typically been run first, play action heavy, and methodical. Not exactly the Mahomes style. But Stefanski is smart. He knows what he's getting. Expect the Browns offense to become more dynamic, more vertical, and frankly more dangerous than it's ever been. Pair Mahomes with receivers like Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore, along with tight end David Njoku, and you've got weapons. Add in the return of Nick Chubb from injury and a top 5 offensive line, and this team is suddenly loaded on every level. It's no longer about managing games or keeping scores low. It's about outscoring everyone, and with Mahomes, that's very possible. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Of course, there are risks. There always are. No matter how great Mahomes is, no player wins on their own. The AFC is stacked, and the pressure in Cleveland is going to be unlike anything he's experienced before. In Kansas City, he was beloved. In Cleveland, he'll be expected to be a savior. The media will be relentless. Every mistake will be magnified. Every loss will be questioned. And let's not forget, the Browns have a history of burning through talent. This is a franchise that hasn't exactly been known for stability. But if anyone can thrive in chaos, it's Mahomes. He's built for the spotlight, built for the wait, and he seems genuinely excited for the challenge ahead. The financials of this deal are still being unpacked, but initial reports suggest the Browns restructured a significant portion of their roster to make room for Mahomes' contract. Several veteran players have reportedly agreed to pay cuts or backloaded deals to help the team stay under the cap. That tells you something. It tells you the entire organization believes they see what this can become. They're all in. And that kind of commitment is contagious. Mahomes hasn't even put on a Browns jersey yet, and already the locker room is buzzing. Already there's a different energy in Cleveland. This isn't hope. This is belief. Real belief. The kind that wins championships. Meanwhile, in Kansas City, the era has officially ended. Mahomes leaves behind a dynasty in progress, a fan base that adored him, and a team that will never be the same without him. The Chiefs now face a crossroads. Do they rebuild? Do they trust whoever is next in line? Do they go after another big-name quarterback? No matter what they do, replacing Mahomes is impossible. You don't replace a once-in-a-generation talent. You just try to survive the aftermath. Chiefs fans will mourn, as they should. They got to witness greatness, and now they have to watch that greatness wear brown and orange. So here we are, folks. Patrick Mahomes is a Cleveland Brown. It's a sentence no one ever expected to say, but it's now a reality, and with that, the NFL enters a new chapter, a chapter where the underdog just became the alpha, a chapter where Cleveland, after decades of darkness, finally sees the light. And Mahomes, he's not just chasing rings anymore, he's chasing legacy, he's chasing history, and he just might find both in a place that's waited his entire existence for a moment like this. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!